How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you another Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War episode recap and review. And this episode is episode 7, entitled Born in the Dark. And it does not, this, it's a good thing when a show can elicit feelings, especially from somebody who has read most of the material that this is coming from. And it is, I will admit, it is slightly different. It is certainly an adaptation, which most animes are adaptations, right? But, oh boy, this is heavy. Super heavy. So, before I go any further, please hit the like button. Please leave a comment down below. Please hit that like button. Again, I'm going to say it twice. Let's hit that like button. Say it a third time this time. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to be notified of more videos just like this. Surely I didn't repeat myself 3 times because I forgot my spot. No, I didn't. No. Anyway, let's just start this off. Man, this show starts off in black and white. It's a massive flame and a stupid German song for the stupid Nazi Quincy's. And all of a sudden, we see the original Gotei 13. Now, you guys are probably saying, the original Gotei 13. Look, man, after last week's episode, The Fire had premiered, Tite Kubo, my man Kubo, showed an illustration of the originals that he had made just for this episode. And it's crazy because we didn't see these guys all those years ago when the final chapter was coming out, man. And I'm so happy that I have a device here that can show you. So let me show you. I'll show you the someone took the image because it's obviously in the manga. You got a line through it. They took it and they did it up nicely. Look. Oh, how dare you? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why I did that, because I accidentally hit the button. How dare me? Look at it. Look at it, man. Look at the original Gotei 13. And just in case you want, obviously, it's old man Yamamoto. That's Unohana. Off the bat, that's Unohana. This man here, I'm pretty sure that's a Kuchiki. This is, hold on, make sure I got that right. That guy there, that's Josuke. That's one of the ones who he helped raise. Where's Shunsui? I'm pretty sure Shunsui was in here. I thought Shunsui was in here. Oh, well, that's on me. That dude looks like Josuke. Maybe he's not Josuke. Maybe it's not him. But for sure, that is Unohana. That guy looks like a Kuchiki. She looks crazy. I think she might be related to Yurichi. Crazy old man, crazy other guy. This chick with the glasses right here. I'm gonna move this a little bit close. Chick with the glasses right here, y'all. She uses a halberd. She is insane. She definitely looks like a Bleach character. There's a dude here with gold teeth. These dudes are freaking cool. You even see that Android 13 looking sucker right there? That's another picture right here. This is, someone took this picture, like literally took this picture off of the manga. This is an original. This is a touch up. Right? That's a touch up. You can tell by the color gradient. But yeah, I want to see these guys. I hope we get. You know what? I would approve of a prequel of this, because guess what, we will actually see what happened 1,000 years ago, because these dudes were massacring De Quincy. One of the guys, if I can find him, I can't figure out which one it is, but one of the guys, one of his blades just looks like a dagger. He was stabbing folks. Unohana led the charge, which makes you wonder, how old is Unohana? These guys are killers, man. Like, and Captain Commander Yamamoto, Shingekuni Yamamoto. He was the head of it. So wait, so let me go through here. They were smashing heads in, slicing folks with halberds, and I know there's gonna be tons of artwork of the one with the glasses and the halberd, because she's fairly busty. And you guys know how people love they busty Bleach characters. Or He-Man. Ringiko. Excuse me. They were killing these folks hard, just straight murdering them. And Yamamoto's hit his Bankai, the one of, I think, the East, was it? The old one when it's called Crackly. And as he's stepping on these folks, they are burning. Like the bodies of the Quincy's are burning. He's going towards Yhwach, and the lieutenant stabbed Yhwach from behind, which made him surprised because they were going to go at it, and he used his full blown attack, which he probably thought he killed the guy and didn't realize, oh, well, maybe he retreated. But I understand now. Well, at least for this context of the story, that's why they killed the lieutenant first, because he was one of the last ones to put a hand or lay a sword on the stupid ass Quincy King Yhwach himself. I hate this dude. I still trying to understand why people hail Aizen as like one of the greatest anime villains. All he did was just trick people with his power, and just had a lackey slurping lapdog and Tosin, which I'm so mad that Tosin was evil. Anyway, I have, obviously you can tell I have some deep anime feelings. Maybe one day I will talk about them in a separate video. I do miss making those kind of videos. But anyway, this stuff was not in the manga at all. I'm just letting you know. And I fully blame Aizen on why Soul Society. A lot of people saying, oh man, the Gotei 13 nowadays, they can't even touch these guys. Well, hundreds of years ago, Aizen caused all that bullshit. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't for all the shit with Aizen, they might have been more properly prepared. Just saying. Like, if he didn't destabilize everything, they could have been a lot stronger. This was a flashback, and then we get another flashback where it's young Shinsui. Don't know why I thought Josuke was there, because they are around the same age, but young Shinsui had snuck into Yamamoto's room, and he was, chastising him. He's like, I just wanted to see the cool picture that you got. And it's a painting of Yamamoto with all his flames. We've seen it several times, right? And he says that's the day that a monster showed up in Soul Society and saved it and made things worse. Hopefully it'll never happen again, because in present day, we see Yamamoto's tired, literally dead eyes, and blood spurts from his mouth, and he got freezed, y'all. All of this, because we saw he got cut here, all of this was sliced off, and it falls to the ground. And we hear his voice again. He says, I will probably never be back here again. And all of the captains felt his death. Like Shinsui said, oh yeah, he turned his back on the enemy, shouldn't have done it. And he got capped. He got shot several times for it by that punk ass one. I can not wait to see that guy get his head lopped off. Anyway. Crazy part is, much like another old man character, look, those of you who have not seen One Piece, spoiler, there's a character in there who's another old man who dies standing on his feet. This Yamamoto's body that's still standing does not fall over. He is still on his feet. And I love that about these old man characters. They never die falling down. They are always standing. And it's such a cool ass motif. It's such a cool ass thing that they always do, that I don't ever want to see that change. But there's blood everywhere. The blood's soaking in with the rainwater. And punk ass Yhwach, he says, you may have been the head of the Shimigami. By the way, I'm going to use certain Japanese words because just saying Soul Reapers is okay, but I like Shimigami a lot better. But your demise was pitiful, Shingekuni Yamamoto. And I'm sitting there, I even said in my notes, you tricked him, you punk ass. You made him think that he was fighting you, but you went to go recruit Aizen because he's one of the special threats. You are a punk. You are at Naraku levels of just, you don't give a damn about your subordinates. You are you're a word that I won't say, because I use certain curse words on here already. I won't say the word that you are, but it rhymes with bunt cake. Anyway, there's blood everywhere, and he tells Blondie, all right, we're going to go. And Yamamoto's dead upper half grabs his cloak, Dude slices off his hand and steps on his head. He's like, oh, so you're trying to say that even in death, you're not going to let me go. Do you want to know why I had you removed from the 5 special threats that apparently he has a 5 special threats list? Talk about freaking Nazi over here. He's like, why didn't you have your left arm healed by the girl? You knew about the battle, the final battle with Aizen where he had his arm hurt. He's like, why didn't you have her heal it? It's because you didn't want to feel like you were, what's what I'm looking for? Exposing or exploiting the humans. You know, you knew all about that battle. And he said you didn't even want to get Kurosaki Ichigo involved because he's human. And even now, as you stood before him, carrying the burden of Soul Society in the living world on your shoulders, you lost. And he calls him weak. And he says he has changed. God, I hate a character like this. He says the original Gotei 13, I hate to translate it, of Gotei, were guards in name only. They were a group of savage killers. But because of that, they were a fearsome bunch. And the man that was the leader was a beast with the sword. You would do anything and everything to slay an enemy, including use the lives of people, including his own subordinates. And he claims that peace made him weak. It gave him more things to protect and more things to love, which then made him satisfying his pathetic sense of justice and pride when he wouldn't use those people as fodder. History is written by the winners, and it's quite interesting that when Soul Society quickly stomped out that threat, it's obvious that Yamamoto said, I cannot do what I did again to, once I turn into that guy again, I probably won't be able to come back home because I did a lot of dirty stuff just to save everybody. I get it. I totally get it. And he says, I'm going to tell you something that you won't realize because you're dead, but I'm going to tell you something now. Soul Society is about to perish. The Gotei 13 died with us 1,000 years ago. It's just, I hope there's some retribution in him saying those slanderous words to the current Gotei 13, which, by the by, were made weaker because of Aizen. Because of Aizen's ridiculous punch. Can someone honestly tell me in the comments what was really Aizen's goal? He didn't like how Soul Society was being run. Is that it? Was it just a whole political thing that just don't like how the Soul King does stuff? I don't like how any of the people above us do things. That might be a slight spoiler for me saying people above us, but who gives a damn? Was that Aizen's really his real goal? Was that his real issue? It just seemed like, hey, I'm Aizen and I'm an evil asshole. That just seemed to be his deal. And I love the fact that a character like Orochimaru, he's like, yeah, I went through a lot of stuff. Both my parents are gone. Now I'm evil. I'm kind of loving it, right? My goal is immortality. Knew his goal. What is Aizen's goal? Besides destabilization of a foreign power, which is kind of too real. Anyway, so now he says, tell all the troops we're going to crush them. And, goodness gracious, there's just nothing but destruction and decay. And they all pull out these shadow things. They bring out more things called the Soul Dot. I guess it's more of their super stormtroopers who have on Plague Doctor masks. And they run through. They're killing more people. They're just murdering as they go through. And the souls of everyone are starting to extinguish. And Ichigo can sense it. He can see it. And he's saying, don't disappear. Don't disappear. I'm seeing people get their heads slapped off. One dude was trying to make it, and one of the assholes that looks like the guy with the combat knife that's in the Gotei 13, he snaps the dude's neck. Ichigo, with one final blast, breaks through. Like, seeing all these souls just be gone, he breaks through, and it's our man, dang, I forgot his name. The third seat guy has been trying to get him there. He's like, oh, I finally got you here. I'm sorry I couldn't get you here soon. He passes out with arrows in his back from one of the stern vitters. And we get a first person view, seeing from Ichigo's eye. And the guy's he's ready to brag, well, I am the stern. Ichigo don't give a damn. He zooms through, kills this guy. I ain't got time for this shit. With his enormous spiritual pressure now open, Everyone feels it. The stupid ass Stern Ritters, the other captains, everyone feels that he is now there. Too bad it's not too many people that can cheer about him being there now. Damn, that's sad to say that. And so he looks around. We see Rukia. We see, well, I thought I saw Rukia, but we see Renji's. Something appears to be dead body. We just see bodies everywhere. Where am I at here? And he goes to Byakuya. I remember when I read this one. And this here was making me tear up. And he asks if Rukia and Renji are alive. And he says, yeah. And Byakuya's happy. He says, I don't have much time left. Damn. Says, even though I'm a captain, I couldn't beat those who have trampled on his own people. They trampled on Soul Society, and he's led people who have died, and their subordinates of family have been brought sorrow because of that. Only for me to just lose in disgrace. He is deeply ashamed of this, and he's crying. You see the tears run down because there's no rain hitting him. He's in a crater in a covered area, and he's starting to cry. And he says, brings me shame, deep shame, because you're a human. You shouldn't be involved in this. You shouldn't even be here in the first place. So forgive me this terrible audacity of asking you this favor. And he's just crying. We get the picture of Byakuya's face crying. Please protect Soul Society, Kurosaki Ichigo. The rain burns around Ichigo. That's how pissed he is. Such a same studio, Perrier. Same studio. You guys upped your game because this looks fantastic. His spiritual pressure is super high, and the king can feel it. And Blondie's like, should I purge him? It's Kurosaki Ichigo. Like, nah, let's just go. Right? No, Ichigo threw his sword down to stop him. He appears. He's not gonna let him go. We get the break. The words of today are Gotei 13 and Bleach. With the whole blue line power thing, which now I think kind of makes me think of Brute Egg, but no, it's Bleach. As my man Byakuya is fading, he says, I didn't get a response, and that's fine. That's the kind of man he is. And we see through Byakuya's eyes Ichigo turning. His body's like half faded as he's turning because that's how fast he's moving. And he's gone. And he's slipping into consciousness, and he said, I'm counting on you, Kurosaki Ichigo. And he finally drops his sword, which shatters. Which means, even though he couldn't really move, he wasn't going to let his sword go. It's so much good symbolism, because even Yamamoto didn't let go of his sword, even though he was cut in half, essentially. So, where am I at here? The rain hitting Ichigo's face makes it look as if he's crying, and stupid ass blonde dude is asking, should I handle this? And he stops him. He says, I don't know how you got out of jail, but do you really want to fight me looking like that? You the enemy leader? The enemy, huh? I am, and at the same time, you can say I'm not. He's like, cut the crap. In literal Japanese, he says, cut the shit. And he's shouting, pointing his blade. I'm asking if you're the one who wrecked Soul Society. I did indeed. And Ichigo's power goes nuclear. Just purples and yellows and dark energy. And the guy's name is Hashivalt. That bitch. The blonde one that's with him. He said, yeah, it looks like he's leaving me no choice. And they're clashing. He's like, I'm going to crush him here. And Ichigo goes in. They're clashing. They're fighting in the air. His evil blue energy versus the red, just fighting. And Ichigo gets knocked down, but he does a Getsuga Tensho. It looks like it was going to take both of them out. But the king comes in, grabs his arm, slams his head, and Ichigo tries to grab him, but he slaps him away, and then it looks like he stabbed him in the throat. I was like, damn, did he really just... Is Ichigo done? No way, right? No way. I know there's no way. And he's like, he should still be alive. We're going to take him with us. But on Ichigo's neck is the lines for the Bleach. And he did it all on his own. He stood up, and the king's like, wait a minute. And Ichigo did some type of massive move that broke, destroyed the whole sleeve of this guy, and he nullified it. And he says, I should have known better. And our guy's like, what's that? You think that you won because you withstood my attack? No, that's not what I meant. Ichigo's going in to fight some more. But the king goes in, rips off the other sleeve after he cuts it and sees that he has the blute line on. He's like, I see using Quileg Ope to keep you at bay was a mistake. Should have used an Ankara or he said Ankara, but what? I just lost my place. Should have used an Ankara instead of a true born Quincy. Because of that, the memories within your spiritual pressure have awakened too soon. I'm so glad we're mentioning this because I've been sitting on this and trying not to spoil for people. He's like, you kept releasing your full spiritual pressure while attacking the jail, which after you broke through, the extra particles from Mr. Quilag's quagmire bitch ass jawline was reabsorbed. The bits and pieces were reabsorbed into Ichigo, and it was going to his spiritual pressure's core and kickstarting the memories of his power. That's what he did in order to destroy it. And it's like, I should have realized, Quilag's jail is meant to keep in enemies. It cannot retain Quincy's. Dun dun dun. Yes, Ichigo is half Quincy on his mother's side. Mac just said so right in here. Because Ichigo's trying to figure out, what are you talking? He's like, what are you talking about? You don't know anything about yourself. You don't even know your own mother. And Ichigo sees his dead mom in his own eyes. Like, that's, I guess he's the one that found her body. And you guys are gonna find out why I hate this guy a lot. He has something to do with Ichigo's mom dying. Yeah, that's enough spoiler for me, but he has something to do with it. And he's like, my plan was to take you back and slowly re-educate you. Nazi. He's like, Ichigo saying, what are you? But I don't have the luxury of doing it. What are you? So I'm going to drag you back by force. I said, what the hell are you talking about? And he's like, I'll tell you at the Wandenreich. I know Reich means realm. I don't know what Wanden means in German. I will probably look it up and forget to put it in here later. But bolts come down. Dude's using his special arrow. Ichigo's hitting it and used the Getsuga Tensho to break a lot of it. But the arrows pick up slabs and slam it against him. And the blute kind of helps, but he's about to pass out. He's like, I'm going to stab you in the neck point blank this time, so even that can't help you. But then the shadows start pulling at the Quincy King, and Blondie's like, well, time's up. We kind of have to go back now. He's like, wait, that's impossible. And then he thinks back to Aizen. And he said, my short time in contact with Aizen, he messed with my senses. And he's like, you knew he messed with my senses, didn't you, hiking Viking Vuken bitch? And guy goes, well, it's not really like I could stop you if I told you. So they're all going to leave. All the bad guys are now all leaving. There's some pink haired girl there that's like, oh, I guess you can't hear that I'm leaving. Can't wait for her to get done in either. Hate these guys. I hate them. Hate them. So, man, I hate them. Anyway, Ichigo gets up and he's like, nah. You just think I'm gonna let you go? And he jumps in, tries to do a DMC stinger, and Blondie destroys his Zanpakuto. Just cuts it right down. This is what, the second or third time his sword has been broken. And Yhwach tells him, farewell, Kurosaki Ichigo. I will come back for you, heal your wounds, and wait, my son born in the dark. And that's when the title of Born in the Dark comes, when the shadow comes in. I'm trying to think of what was, I guess the line of the day would be Byakuya's speech. Like, just the fact that he's like, I can't even believe I'm asking this of you, and I feel like ashamed of asking you this to just protect Soul Society. The ending showed the picture I showed you of the original Gotei 13 that had each of them separately, and then it showed the modern Gotei 13, Shinji and all those guys. Don't know, and the icing on the cake is we see the candle. We do see the back of Yamamoto. We see young and old, and then we see his flame, and his flame goes out, obviously. So, farewell for him. The poem today, don't know who was reading it, but I look to the heavens and chase a star. burned into my eyes the afterglow of its smoke. Next episode is the Shooting Star Project Zero Mix. Man, y'all. The fire was really good. I'm pretty sure I gave that a 5. I would give this is a high 4. This is like a 4.5. You gotta give more points, especially when you get more plot. Like we get more of the thickening, right? We get more of the cool stuff. This is where Ichigo's specialness comes from, which is, I'm gonna say one thing, and people might not like this, but the Fullbringer stuff should have just been left out. You could have just had a thing where his powers were slowly returning to him, and we could have had a small little tiny little arc of them, of him just getting back his power. Small little arc, not bringing up a whole new thing like Fullbringers. Because now we had a trifecta. We had Shimigami, Hollows, and Quincy's. We had a nice little trifecta. When you bring Fullbringers, it goes to say, okay, that means there's something else in the human world, which there's already a sequel manga. I don't think they're going to expand upon things that are in the human world. I'm just saying. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, good episode. 4.5 out of 5 for me. I really want a prequel with the original Gotei 13. I really want to see these guys ruthless. Like you can do a whole 12, a whole 6 to 8 episodes introducing all these guys, and a lot of the stuff that happens that you're going to find out that has happened, especially with Unohana, we can just dive into that. I'm pretty sure you can give us maybe 2 threats. That's it. And one of the threats have to be these guys. That's it. But would it be interesting to watch a group of savage killers actually dominate everybody? Yeah, could be. People watch horror movies and they know the slasher is going to kill most of the people. I think this would be pretty interesting. But please let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I really do want to know what you think. Thank you once again for joining me. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit notification bell to be notified more videos like this. Again, let me know in the comment section below what you think, and someone answer me, what was Aizen's point, please. As always, I thank you for taking some time out to listen to me talk and ramble about. Please be good, be blessed, wash your hands, be good to yourself, be good to others. We had we lost Kevin Conroy, I think, if not last week, 2 weeks ago. Then just this weekend, we got the passing of Jason David Frank, the original Green Ranger. So when I say to you, be good to yourself and be good to others, either way it goes, don't be a jerk. When I say to you, there's someone who would rather talk to you today than miss you tomorrow and mourn you tomorrow, I sincerely mean that. All right. If you having any kind of, if you need to talk to somebody, reach out. My social medias are right down there. Hit me up. I will get to you as fast as I can. I'm usually instant on that, especially on Instagram. So talk to someone cares about you, somebody loves you. I promise you that. All right. Maybe I will put at the bottom the suicide line hotline. I'm gonna put that in the description. Just be safe this holiday season. I got one more video before Thanksgiving, but be safe this holiday season, please. All right. It's crazy. As always, guys, this is Shane. I'll see you next time. Bankai.